Hello, I'm Ace Guillen, and I approve this message. Hey folks, these are the jokes. We have another awesome lineup for you guys this week, so let's jump right in. He chops all of his firewood with the blade of his right hand. He's comedian and producer of Squeaky Clean Comedy, Mel Austin. He is currently working on an audio pop-up book. He's comedian Sherwin Array. He once went all in on a game of solitaire, and now he's in debt to himself for $52,000. He's comedian and host of the podcast Duh Shit. He's Sam Butler. Because of her outdated technology and spotty Wi-Fi, her kids officially dropped out of school twice last week. She's our co-host and comedian, Melissa Greenberg. Recently in Spain, the restoration of a sculpture outside of an ornate office building in the city of Palencia was ruined. This was once a bust of a smiling woman who now seems to appear as if she is part of the island of misfit toys. This Leonardo da Stinky had actually gone unnoticed until a local artist was tipped off by a street florist. You know what? It's your first time on the show, Sherwin. We're gonna get you started with this one. So you look at this artwork. I'll actually run a slideshow so the viewers can see here. But the funny thing is, when I saw this, the first thought that came to my mind was that this guy probably, when they asked him if he could do this job, probably said, "Yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah, I've done it a million times." Like, have you ever done that in a job interview?
Yeah, I've done that on a couple dates too. Yeah. Just totally lie through your face just to be able to get it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah, that's oof. That's
yeah,
bad.
these are a few other clips here. You know what this reminds me of a little bit is like remember when you were a kid and you thought it was cool to draw like stick figure hot chicks, like naked chicks, like they were stick figure but they had like big circles for boobies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Man,
that was,
I'll tell you what.
Look at Jesus. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I feel like kindergartens could do a better job than this. But I'll be honest with you. I don't know how nice that original one was. I mean, to be honest, I kind of like the Mr. Bill lookalike. You know what I mean? Seriously.
It's kind of, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just going to say, and the guy got tipped off by the florist.
Yes.
I mean, really, what the hell? What is the florist doing giving tips to people? And who is he? What kind of life he got to get tips from a florist? It just makes no sense.
That's so great that you brought that up. That was one of the things that was screaming out to me when I was reading this article. I was like, no one noticed it, but some street florist, like, what is, and is that like a slang term for your weed dealer? Is a street florist? like I don't get it. So, yeah, what, you know, is Sam, moving on with this though, do you think in like 1,000 years though, like that guy's artwork is actually going to be considered genius? Like,
I think it's just like as a contractor, I don't know how you get away with doing that much and not somebody not checking. I know every time I've ever had to do a job, people are like checking you every day before they release the money. I don't know how he got his money, but if I was him, I would have said, hey, I just put Snapchat filters on all these art pieces. That's the thing now, you know. The statue looks like Kim Kardashian. Look at the lips. Look at the Botox. So I don't know. I mean, I don't. I guess everything old over 1,000 years has value. I guess there's some art out there that is questionable, but it's 1,000 years old. So, but it looks to me like he just Snapchatted the whole thing. You know, that's what it looks like. You know.
It made me.
Man, that ain't no damn art.
Oh, man.
You know, it made me think that, Melissa, you have kids. I'm sure you see artwork like this every day at home.
Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.
You uncultured swine. What are you looking at?
Okay, yeah. So, you know, I was thinking really quick though, not to cut you off. Sorry about that. But it just popped in my head. I guarantee you, what if the Sphinx in Egypt was actually the head of a cat, and the guy that came to fix it accidentally made a human head and chopped the nose off, and that's why it stayed that way? Nothing. Okay.
No.
Is it?
See that again. Yeah, let's see that again.
What? Which one? The Sphinx or the? I mean the slideshow.
That one. Yeah, or that one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what this is? This is like Spain's version of like nailed it. You have 3 hours to create a masterpiece using toothpaste and Rice Krispie squares.
Yeah, but who signed off on this? I mean, I know art is subjective, and some people like but this is clearly a fail. I mean, who authorized? Like, yep, that's it. That's the look we want. All right, let it go.
I will tell you.
Who made that call?
I will give you exactly the answer to this, and I don't usually like to touch base on these type of subjects because they get touchy for people. What that is, no, you did a great job. You are artists. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are amazing. And meanwhile, you get Mona.
Oh,
Lupe.
so you're saying this is something where like a very influential person over there said, yeah, my cousin could fix it. And then you kind of got sucked into saying, oh, I'd love for them to fix it. And then you saw it and you were like, great job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or maybe they were like, hey, how much is it going to cost to restore this art? And they're like, $1 million. What can you do it for like $50? Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
Maybe the artist's parents paid for like the rest of the building, so they're like, okay, we got to let him touch up the ink
right.
on the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Ace. This was not accidental, or this is something that you just kind of. This was like one of those Saddam Hussein things where you had to just act like you really loved the guy. That's what this is.
No, Sam made me think though. That's like what they did was they got a price, they got a quote, and they just picked up some guys from Home Depot and they just had to fix it.
That's kind of like when you.
All y'all are missing the point. I think the main thing is somebody did this at 3 o'clock in the morning when everybody was asleep. So this is a damn prank,
right?
or it could be like it's like when you have a show, but then this guy's bringing 30 people to the show and he asks you for a spot, and you're like, yeah, I guess you can do the spot. That's the spot right there. You know, it's like
that's the guy.
You say how much? You say how much?
30 people. Yeah. I gotta let them go up. You know, I mean, we've all been there.
But you say, how much time do you have? And he says 6 minutes, but I could do 15 with some crowd work. I could stretch.
That's pretty much what it seems like to me right there. It's like,
that's exactly.
I gotta let him on, dude. He brought all the people.
That's exactly what that is. Oh my God. Yeah, I usually headline, bro. And then okay, let's move on to our second story. No shirt, no shoes, no service, but no pants will get you a one-way ticket to Alabama. A flight headed to Houston, Texas was diverted to Mobile, Alabama after a passenger dressed in only a shirt and underwear and appeared to be intoxicated became unruly. Now, Sam, I'm going to go to you first on this one. Did you notice the key phrase here on this article was that they really just kicked her off when she became unruly, not the part where she was pretty much naked.
You don't even you can't even tell anymore. A lot of the girls on the street are just wearing T-shirts now, and that's a dress, you know.
Yeah.
But what caught my eye about this article is she was from Florida, so she was flying from Florida to Texas. What do you expect? She was actually probably dressed perfect from being from Florida, you know.
Most likely.
Florida woman. She was a Florida woman. That's all I can say. They should have rewritten the article. A Florida woman, you know.
Yeah.
Was dropped off in Alabama.
Then they wouldn't read it. They'd be like, "Oh, Florida."
You know?
I want to know why these women are not on flights that I'm on ever. Like, this is what I want to know. Like, why doesn't shit like this happen when I get on the flight? Like, there's no women taking clothes off ever.
Okay, Sherwin.
You don't know what she looks like, though. You know,
I was just about to say, Sherwin is nailing something that I was just about to bring up. So whenever we think of a story like this is a guy's perspective. Melissa, you can sit this one out. I know how you feel about this. But men, when we hear a story like this, we think this is what it looks like.
Looks like we found you're married, Ted. Husband, negative. Children and a Labrador, negative. Tight little package.
Affirmative. Okay, but in the end, it never looks like that. It looks like this.
Florida woman, all right.
Yeah.
Can we use that for every show? Jack
Yeah.
Black.
Do you have a picture of what the girl actually looks like? Because I'm curious now.
No, and that's how we know what she looks like. There was no pic, there was no video. That's exactly.
So, but wait, hold on a second. So, Ace, I'm assuming she started getting changed on the flight because there's no way she made it through security and the whole airport like that, right? She had to do this on the flight.
No, yeah. Well, okay, so here's a little scientific fact for you. Alcohol affects the brain a little more when you're that high at an elevation for numerous reasons. One is you're actually breathing in oxygen from the cabin. And so the oxygen already has you a little bit high. So what happens is when you mix, intoxicants like alcohol or anything like that, it will really heighten your thing. So something tells me that chick probably got drunk one bottle in and just started feeling hot and uncomfortable. I could probably lay out the whole scene. Somebody probably told her something about a mask and she's like, I don't have to wear this. And then she's like, you know what? I don't have to wear these either. And just took off her pants and kicked off her shoes and just started running around. Yeah. And then you're just sitting there going like, I just want to go home. But yeah.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
My little brother wanted to be a gynecologist when we were kids. He was like, I'm going to be a gynecologist because I'm going to get to look at all these women. And I was like, bro, 90% of them are going to look like your mom.
Yeah.
And they're going to be sick. Yeah. Do you really want to look at that all day? So now he's a psychologist. He went ahead and abandoned that idea. He was like,
he chose a different part of crazy. Yeah.
True story, Sam. When I was in 6th grade, we had to write an article about what we wanted to be when we grew up. And I wrote down that I wanted to be a porn star. And my teacher said, how do you know what that is? And I said, oh, yeah, I've heard of them. And then he's like, why do you want to be a porn star? And I said, because you get to have sex and get money. Like, that was my whole, like I could have just been a prostitute and like I can still fulfill that dream if I really wanted to. So Melissa, let's be realistic here. Isn't anyone who's missing an article of clothing unruly anyways? No joke.
Couldn't have been her. It couldn't have been her outfit because I always see these articles where like this woman is like so upset and she's always got like her titties hanging out and pasties and like a G-string. She's like, can you believe it? I just came from Bermuda and they wouldn't let me get on a plane with this and like there's shit just hanging out. So her in like a t-shirt and underwear,
Yeah.
It's like Sam was saying, like it's an outfit. So, if I got diverted though to Alabama for her nonsense, I'd be suing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I was on vouchers.
a flight.
I want a hotel. Therapy. Try living in my house.
I got fat shamed on a flight one time. I got the middle seat because I was flying standby, and this old lady refused to sit next to me. Just refused. And I was flying standby, so my ticket was pretty much free. But she had paid full ticket, and she said she didn't want to sit next to me the whole flight. And they almost dragged her off the flight because she got unruly. And I felt really bad, not because I'm fat, but I felt really bad because I was thinking, man, she paid for that ticket, and she's upset, and she's gonna end up missing the flight. and I didn't pay for my ticket, and I'm flying, so I don't know. I mean, I can see how they get upset.
Bro, did you shower that day?
I showered. She just didn't want to sit next to a fat guy. That was it. No, true story. And there was a guy in the aisle seat across from us, and he goes, "I'll trade with you, ma'am." And that's how she settled down. But they literally brought the police into the plane as we were about to take off because she just refused to sit next to me. She didn't want to sit next to a fat guy.
Tripping.
I've been in the
Unruly.
middle seat between. I've been in the middle seat between two big fat dudes that one of them stunk too, and I all you're thinking is I just want to go home. Like, and so you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, I'm just gonna take this, man, because I just want to get home. Like, I don't even care. So yeah, when people do that, it's crazy. The last flight I was on, I'm not even making this up. This is so crazy, because we had to get sent home from the cruise ships when the pandemic started and everything. So I had to take this early flight home, and it was the funniest thing. There was these two older ladies sitting in first class, and I'm walking in, I'm carrying my stuff, trying to squeeze through. And this conversation I overheard was this lady started talking to this other lady, and the old lady, like near the window, said, "You know what? I did not pay this kind of money to sit down and listen to the likes of someone like you." And she just turned and went like this and started looking out the window, and I was like, oh my God, like first class fights are cool, dude. Like it's like they were going to take off a glove and challenge each other to a duel. I was like, oh man. So yeah.
Hold my earrings.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, that's Coach. Yeah. Here, hold my pants. All pants half off on this flight. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So Mel.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Ace, I have a question here.
Yes,
Does anybody know how old this lady is?
Is there an age limit on Unruly?
Well, I mean, because I'm thinking maybe she was going through menopause and got hot. You feel me? But then, if that's the case, then I want to question the smells.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause I know how I am. When I get a little moist, I can imagine, what was going on in that cabin. And I guess the main thing is, like when she sat down, because they eventually made her sit down, was it on a towel? That's all.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
how dare you?
There we go.
In his house.
What'd you say?
We need to check the oxygen in Mel's house.
Women are hot. They come to Mel's house.
So y'all think I'm making this up?
No, I'm 52 years old. No. I know
you. All right, now you motherfuckers gonna get it, because I have done a comedy show at a nudist colony. Yes.
What? Who books
in
that?
Corona, bro. In Corona, it's called fuck, I forgot the name. It's in Corona.
You were nude too when you did it?
No. When I did the show, they were dressed, but on the other side of the glass, there were people playing water volleyball butt-ass naked. And I got on stage and I said, what the hell is going on here? I was told y'all were going to be naked. And the old lady said, well, honey, if you get naked, we'll get naked. And I took my shit off right there on stage. The point is, anytime you sat down at this nudist colony, Glen Eaton Sun Resorts, that's the name of it. Anytime you sat down, you had to sit on a towel.
Oh, well, that's just manners.
Yeah. No, that was cleanliness there. Did you ever do the one in San Bernardino? There was a nudist colony like by the mountains. It's
Ugh,
like
San Bernardino.
Oh, dude.
Fuck.
I did it twice and I got horror stories for both times. I won't get into it right now, but yeah.
Does it end with sunburnt penis? I might have heard that story.
No, yeah. I've told you some of this stuff. Dude, I had one
Well,
with
San Bernardino, so it's bullet wounds, that's for sure.
Yeah. There was one, we know a comic named Rick Rome. Mel, you know Rick. Oh, actually, Sam, you know Rick. so I'll tell this story before I move on. So Rick Rome ordered a beer from the nude bartender. Now, the nude bartender was this big fat chick, right, with these huge boobs. And so he said, yeah, he's all, can I get a Corona, lady? Like that, right? So she walks over, she grabs a Corona, she comes back. As she's coming back, I shit you not, she took she took her thumb. She's holding the Corona bottle. She took her thumb and she starts scratching under her right boob like this, right? And just like walking along, burr, 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 burr. And then she hands him the beer and he just stares at like the most petrified look. He's just like this holding his beer. And he's an alcoholic. Anybody that doesn't know him, like this dude, he packs in like 20 Coronas, like he chain drinks Coronas. And so like he's sitting there staring like for 10 solid minutes. This beer is untouched as he's just like traumatized. Like he just witnessed the biggest catastrophe that ever happened. And yeah, that's how you stop alcoholism.
Did he drink it?
No, it just sat there.
Didn't
like
drink?
he just stared at it all night. It was the fun. He really was distraught. No.
Okay.
You're on.
Espresso news. Our first story, captive black leopard mauls man in Florida zoo. So it probably should have started with Florida. But a 50-year-old man has filed a lawsuit after wildlife officials say he was mauled by a captive black leopard in a backyard animal enclosure in South Florida. Dwight Turner paid $150 for a full contact experience with the black leopard, which allowed him to play with it, rub its belly, and take pictures. Yep, he's now suing the owner of the leopard. And this was not a legal zoo, as it were.
So why is he suing the?
Sorry, he was attacked as soon as he entered the animal's enclosure, and the injuries were so severe that his scalp was hanging from his head and his right ear was torn in half. He required.
What the hell?
So yeah, he went in to pet the kitty, and he paid a full leopard experience, and got it basically.
Yeah, there you go.
How dare you?
I'm pretty sure that's what he said. So this guy, he reminded me. Do you remember the guy? This was years ago. The one that thought that the bear was telling him to come in. Do you remember that guy? Do you guys remember that? Does anybody? I know.
Was it the grizzly man?
No, not the grizzly
guy?
man. No, not the grizzly man. That was the guy that used to like film the grizzlies, and then and he's like, they loved me, and then they ate him. No, the other one was it was like at a zoo, and was it it was a bear, and he said that the bear was calling him in, and then so like he hopped the fence. Maybe it was a woman, and they hopped the fence, and the bear just like killed them. Or mauled them to near death or whatever. But yeah. So you pet a kitty and you pet a kitty and your face gets ripped off. Like I've been on a couple of those dates. Nothing.
I don't know how you don't get a waiver when you go see that. I mean, you would think anybody that has a black leopard that they're letting people pet would have some sort of a release for you to sign, you know.
I mean, in a regular zoo, yeah. I mean, if such a thing is even allowed, but when you go to a private person's house or yard or whatever you want to call it, if that person lets you in and lets you pet their bear, leopard, whatever it is, and that thing mauls you, that's on them. I mean, he's going to win that lawsuit. Now, if this was a regular licensed zoo, then it's like, what are you doing behind the fence? You know, you're only getting mauled if you go on the other side. But if this is a private establishment and you just happen to have a pet bear, yeah, you're getting sued, dude. I mean, that's just, you're going to get sued and you're going to lose.
Was it Melissa, was it a zoo? Was it like a...
Or it was an illegal zoo.
Illegal zoo.
See, that word illegal right there is going to end the lawsuit. I mean, it's just, you lost, dude. Like, it's illegal.
The owner has a Facebook page which claims he runs an animal sanctuary for rare and endangered animals at the home.
Sanctuary. Yeah.
But yeah, he was attacked as soon as he entered the enclosure. So you know he's taking a selfie, right? Like, here's me. Yeah, me with the kitty. So okay, here's me. I'm dinner.
And wow.
I never understood, like, what are these people doing with, like, use your head, man.
And then
he did.
So you say he did use his head.
See, I agree with Sherwin that whoever has the animal is liable. But I think that whoever, I mean, if this is an adult walking into an enclosure with a wild animal, I think some of the responsibility goes to you. I wouldn't do it. I mean, it's true. It's not.
Yeah.
You know. So I think where do we put the blame on the guy who decided to go in there? You know, I mean, he's responsible for going in there too.
They're both at fault. Yeah, you're right. They're both at fault. I just think the larger bearer of responsibility goes on the owner of the pet, unless the guy had him sign something saying, look, I understand that there is a heightened inherent risk of me getting eaten alive, and I'm willing to take that risk today and pet this animal. Unless you have him sign something like that, you're gonna be in deep shit.
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's so much with the paperwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's done. He's
the one with the illegal zoo. So
yeah, illegal zoo. Yeah, that's it. He's done.
I think drug dealers should carry waivers. You know, this meth might kill you. You know, right? It's black tar heroin. What can I say? You take responsibility for consuming this. You know, I don't know.
It's like if you look at how many people take selfies at the Grand Canyon and end up falling in. I mean, it just every year there's some that just want to get that beautiful shot and just.
Dude, you made my heart drop right now. My mom, I took my parents to Grand Canyon, and my mom was one of those people. I'm not even kidding. She was all excited to see the Grand Canyon, and she stepped up. There was like a little wall, and the wall is probably only like 2.5 feet tall. And she stands on the wall to look out and get like a good. And I'm like, Ma, get down. And I'm like, kind of like ready to grab her legs. I pull her back and everything, and she's like, what? And she steps out. Dude, I look over, and it's just a straight hundreds of feet drop. Just a straight drop. I'm like, who?
It just doesn't end. It's a big black hole. It's just you keep falling for years. Like there's no bottom to that.
I think my mom was thrown off by the fact that it's a short wall that she just easily stepped right up on. But the second thing was the trees are so tall that they go almost to. It looks like bushes. It looks like brush. So
I'm going to play the race card for a moment, and that's because I see Mel laughing because Mel, this is white folk shit as black folks like this. That's why Mel is laughing because black people don't go near shit that is obviously that dangerous. Like you've never heard of a black man dying on Mount Everest, but yet every year white people like to go climb this mountain just to say they did it.
And touching on cats.
I mean, it's just it. Yeah. Oh my God.
Mel, do you take your kids to Canyon Crest and tell them that's the Grand Canyon?
If I'm going to answer for him, if a black man takes his kid up that high, it's to threaten to kill him for some shit he did.
Yep.
Look, I done told you to clean your room 8,000 times this week. If I tell you again, we're coming right back here, and you're going right back down there. That's the only reason you're going to see a black man at the top of that canyon is for child purposes.
He drove 9 hours out of his way to show the kid what it looks like if he screws up.
Yes.
All right, what's your next story, Melissa?
Okay. This one is going to make you howl. New video shows a Japanese monster wolf robot scarecrow in action. The red-eyed canine contraption can be seen growling, shaking its head, and emitting a flashing light while propped up on a stand in a field in the small city of Takikakawa. Hope I said that right. Surveillance footage included in the video shows a bear sprinting away from the robo-beast in fear. But let me tell you what this looks like here. It's 3 feet tall by 4 feet long. It's a wolf bot, and there's about a dozen of them in Japan, and they're used to scare off bears and deer they're taking over homes and destroying the crops. I don't know if let's see if we can see this picture.
What the?
That's cool.
And is it effective? Like, does it actually scare them off?
I want to adopt one.
Scare me off.
I want one.
Mel, you are a Marine. You would put a 9mm.
The Takikakawa. I am fucking no Takikakawa.
It's Japanese for Bear Town.
Yo, that's hilarious.
But there have been no bear sightings since the machine was set up in mid-September.
Oh, wow. Well, it works.
It works.
I have to take that to Walmart.
Look at that thing. That
oh
thing's
my
cool.
God.
There's a
security.
There's a police motorcycle with a mannequin on the side of the highway here in Texas. Gets me every time. I have to. I'm going through there and I catch it on the corner of my eye and I have to slow down. So I can see that.
That is some funny shit. I swear. You know, being someone who was born in another country, I laugh at some of the laws in America. Like, you know, you have apps like Waze that tell you where the police are hiding, and this shit is actually allowed. Like,
right.
I mean, it's just fucking. If you think about that for a moment, like, police are supposed to catch people speeding, but we're allowed to have an app that tells everybody that they're hiding after this light. It's the funniest shit in the world to me. That this, like, I don't know, like, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but like, in America, you could break into somebody's house, murder their family, fall down the steps, and sue them for not using a licensed contractor on the step. Like, what the fuck are these? I don't. Never mind.
Where were you born? Sherwin?
Iran, which is even worse.
But you guys don't have scarecrow police officers that work.
No, we got our own messed up problems over there. But I mean, just coming from another, like in Iran, if you broke into somebody's house and murdered their family and you fell down the steps, that's on you. I mean, you're not suing anybody after that. Like, it doesn't work that way. I mean, in America, though, you can get away with it. It's funny to me. I don't know.
How dare you?
Okay.
Ace has toys this week.
I do. I didn't use my voice box this week, so I have to make up for it with sound effects. Okay. So, all right. What was you had
I just think that the Takikakawa animal, in America, the Takikakawa wouldn't last because maybe somewhere in Oklahoma it'd be somebody's date.
No, you know why I wouldn't. You know why I wouldn't last? Because Michael Vick would own 2 of them, and then and then mysteriously would only walk 1 every day. So,
nicely played.
All right. Next story.
Okay. This story is also from Japan. So basically, we've had 3 stories from another country: Florida, Japan, and Japan. Okay. Japanese mandarin oranges purchased at $9,600 for a single crate. These high-end citrus fruits were packaged into a box that holds 100. So that's $966 an orange. An unidentified buyer purchased a crate of mandarin oranges for 1 million Japanese yen, according to a press release from the J.A. Nishua Agricultural Cooperative, which converts to about $9,600. I don't know what kind of oranges they're growing over there. These are just mandarin oranges, but I am buying some orange trees for the backyard.
You know what's great? That guy probably showed up with that crate, and they're like, what was it, 9,000 each, you said? Or 1,000 each? 900 and something?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like, orange, you glad I didn't bring strawberry? And then, yeah. But, yeah.
And then they killed him.
Yeah. I like how you said Japanese yen. Was there other yen? Is there like...
I'm just reading the paper, Ace.
Do they have Mexican yen? I was wondering.
Yes, no. Well, yeah, I guess. Well, we call them American dollars, right? I guess there's Canadian.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's because there's dollars in other countries. But
right, shut up.
Wait, is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. China might have yen. I don't know. What does China have?
I don't think they do. No. But yeah, this auction was the first for the season, and they go into their full scale season, and they'll be shipped until early January. So apparently these Mandarin oranges are a really big deal. But I mean, we get Mandarin oranges here, and they don't cost us that. So
Are they rare though? There is that why? Is that one of the big things? Well, I mean,
it says this year's Nishua oranges have an excellent balance of sugar content and acidity. So
do they have the ingredients labeled right on them? Each peach is like, or orange is like.
You paying $9,000 for sugar and acidity? Get right. Japan. Come on, what are we doing?
But they're notorious for that kind of stuff. Their beef, the Kobe beef. Have you seen?
Now that shit is good. I will tell you, that is a different. That YU beef or whatever. Okay, but oranges 9,000. Like, come on.
It was an auction.
That's for sure.
I was watching a thing where a guy that raised Kobe beef actually like has to leave his family for the whole time that he's raising this cow and
Why
taking
is that?
care of the cow. And then no, it's because he's going to take care of this animal, and then he gets a certificate naming him as the person who took care of the animal for 4 years and took him from birth to slaughter. And then how it's an honor for this animal to give up his life for someone to consume him. And so it's a big ceremonial thing. So maybe that's what they're doing with the oranges. You know, maybe if a guy has to leave his family for a couple of years to raise these oranges, then maybe you're getting a good deal at $900.
That's actually that's actually like bittersweet. That's like a heartbreaking story because like here's the thing.
He's so proud.
No, but I mean the beef story is weird to me because like I am like a pro animal guy, but I also eat meat. So I'm one of these people that I hate people who hunt for sport. So like I appreciate, killing for food, but I don't appreciate killing for sport. So when I see stuff like that, it reminds me of like say Native American heritage, where it was like you respect the animal that you kill, you almost pray for it and stuff. So that kind of strikes me as like the same thing, which is it's kind of cool and sad at the same time. But I don't know, like
the whole documentary was saying that it was like they were honoring the animal for giving up its life for something. So and it was like a huge like the guy who raised them also was on the packaging and his whole life story was there, and he had to leave his whole family. So I don't know. I mean, they're known for that kind of stuff. So maybe an orange for $900 is pretty reasonable.
So you know what? Wow. Now that you say that the guy's face is on the package, like it tells his story. Now I'm never gonna look at certain things the same. Like if I eat like Quaker oats, the Quaker oat guy is always gonna look to me like the dude that raised those oats. He left home for 4 years to raise those oats. Yeah.
Wow.
These are prized. Sorry, they're prized for being sweet, seedless, and an easy to peel citrus fruit. And I just keep thinking of these little halos I give my kids. That they could just for like $3 a bag. Just an auction. Somebody came in second. Like somebody lost to this guy. Like $9,500 a case.
The guy had $2 candy bars, and they're just like, I am not paying $2. I can get those for $1.50 at Ralph's. Yeah. No, I'm never falling for the seedless thing. That's BS. Seedless is the biggest scam. I remember my girlfriend one summer came home with this big watermelon, and it had a sticker that said seedless watermelons. And I was just like, oh, cool. And I cut it, and it's all white seeds, which is, if you don't mind me saying so, pretty racist that it's considered seedless because there's no black seeds in there. Like, what is it like? Some really bad all-white neighborhood is crime-free because there's no black people that live there. Like, yeah. So the seedless thing, yeah, that's always it's fake news. It's fake news.
It should be called the gentrified watermelon.
Angel.
Yeah.
I just looked up the dollar compared to yen. And
is that why you were so quiet?
Yeah, because I can't believe we're talking about this. But anyway, $1 to us, okay, 1 yen is equivalent to 0.0096. So it's pretty much a penny
yeah.
per yen.
Right,
Now,
like
what you got to say to that, Melissa? Stick that in your hat and smoke it.
Well, they did
So
the math for it.
$1.
So it's like a $9. It's a $9 peach, is what you're telling us.
No,
A $9 orange is
No,
still
no,
expensive.
0.009, which is not even 1 cent.
Right, but
Right,
these are
$966 oranges.
Well,
Oh, see, it was already translated into American currency.
Yes, from 1 million Japanese yen. It converts.
Stick that in your bowl of rice and eat it.
Eat it
Now
slow.
drop and give me 20.
Eat it real slow.
You know, they also make, in Japan, they make the square watermelons.
Yeah, they grow them in a
Those aren't
box.
edible. They're not edible. They're just decoration. So it's like, I don't get it.
That's what they told me that's what they told me at the horror house when we were walking around in Tokyo. It's not edible. It's just decoration. Nothing. Okay.
How dare you?
Yeah. Okay. That's never gonna get old to me. So. Okay. So.
Getting unruly.
I think I am, and today's episode was brought to you by Red Stuff. I didn't even spike it this week. Okay, so I think that's all for Melissa's Espresso News. Am I correct? Hey man, I can't smoke that. I have to take a piss test. That's my best Mike Tyson impression. That sounds more like Roger Rabbit. Can I borrow some pee, Eddie? Please. Yeah. So, in an interview recently, Iron Psych Tyson revealed that he used a prosthetic penis filled with his son's urine to pass a drug test. He also mentioned that he used to use his wife's until she pointed out the potential results of pregnancy. So, let's see. Mel, let's go to you.
Understand that, Ace. Explain that part, because I read it over and over, and I'm like, what? What? How, I don't understand. Please explain to a brother how
clearly you didn't read the article.
I did, bro. I did and over, and I'm like, how is the piss test revealing to a pregnancy test? I don't. Please help a brother understand.
Okay. So when a woman gets pregnant or is not pregnant, she will take a urine test for pregnancy. So that's why when they have the pregnancy test, they pee on the little stick and it'll tell them if they're positive or negative, or 2 lines or 1 line or a dot or no dot. And the
all right.
Yeah, so,
It's due to the hormones. It's due to the hormones that she produces when she's pregnant.
Yeah.
They're able to
I get it now. They would think that he is pregnant.
Right.
Right.
Also too.
They know what was yeah.
Yeah. No. Also too, what it is boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yes.
So.
This is very educational.
I'm just being a prosthetic right now. No. So he actually got caught red-handed. I want to show you guys. There's actually a video clip of this. So brace yourselves for this. This is how he got discovered that he was wearing a prosthetic.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, yeah. No, yeah. No, yeah. No, yeah. No, yes. No, no. Wait a minute.
All right, so that is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. If you've never seen it, shame on you. Mel, we'll go to you first then. Isn't this more of a family values story if you think about it? This is good. This is a family that urinates together, participates together type of story.
can't believe that you would come to me after showing me all them white men asses and expect a real comment.
I didn't think I felt editing that together. Yeah.
And slightly aroused. You know what I'm saying?
The jig is up. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I get a little nervous when I talk about Mike Tyson because I ain't trying to get my ear bit. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. When I went into the Marine Corps, I had to take a pee test. And all he had to do was drink apple cider.
Is that the cure? Because it was weed that he was really worried about, right?
It dilutes.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it really work, or is that like the penny in the mouth when you take the breathalyzer thing, where it's like a myth?
Oh, ooh, no, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, supposedly, like if you know you're about to take a breathalyzer, you're supposed to stick a penny under your tongue or something like that, and then it throws the machine off. It was
gonna throw you off. You know how dirty a penny is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was I remember it was big in the 80s and then 90s. It became like, no, you got to put a penny in your mouth, and it's like, never mind the fact that you're stumbling all over the place.
Yo, Tyson is fighting in 2 weeks, isn't he? Roy Jones Jr. They got a fight coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah. It's
wow. I need to stay in retirement.
Someone's gonna.
I mean, he's 50 something. Four?
Yeah.
But he's still Mike Tyson. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, he's still Mike. I mean, woo.
Yeah, no, that's still a dude you wouldn't want to mess with. Yeah, he's.
What I want to know is, where do you get a prosthetic penis? One, and two. The cartels haven't found out about this yet, huh? You're like, look, dude. Wear this strap on.
Sam, is it true when you played baseball, you actually wore a jock strap 4 times bigger than you needed just for the just for looks? Just for looks.
I grew up in the border, bro. You had to put stuff. You had to smuggle stuff for people sometimes. Hey, hold on to this for me. You know.
I had that happen in junior
Tuesday. Don't get busted.
I had that happen in junior high. I had this kid like give me his knife and stuff because his locker was gonna get searched and stuff. He's like, "Hey, bro, hold this for me." I was like, "Damn!" So I'm walking around all day with a damn knife in my pocket. I'm like, ugh. Yeah, but he didn't get in trouble. How about you, Sherwin? Have you ever taken a drug test?
No, I haven't.
I took a DNA test where they used a cotton swab in my mouth, and it turned out I was 72% cheeseburger. It was weird. Hey, Melissa, how great would that be if he did this and the prosthetic gave it away because he had a high level of BPA?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Raise plastic. Well, I was kind of wondering about that. Is it like in jail, where a probation officer or somebody has to watch you pee?
Right.
So that's why he needs the prosthetic.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah.
I would.
Because there's probably a really big market for that. I mean, you could basically pass any test as long as you study for it.
Right. Urine tests are like take-home exams. I mean, anybody. Come on, man. Like, you're gonna cheat on that. Like,
I knew some guys that played college ball, and they said they had something they called an oil change, and that's when the doctor would come in the night before, and he would actually run a catheter, drain them, and then fill them up with somebody else's urine.
Man, I would fail that damn test. You know what a catheter? That's that long fucking needle, and it goes.
That did not happen.
They call that an oil change. And that's what the guys were saying. They played college ball. They said, "Hey, sometimes we just had to play. They were going to test us, so the coach would have us drain, and then they'd refill us."
No, you can take that oil change. You could sell the whole car. You're not changing my oil like that. Fuck you.
Isn't that kind of like the best reason to not do drugs? They could tube up your wiener. Like,
Mel, you're awful quiet. Are you researching this right now?
I don't understand why Melissa calls it wiener. Why? Why? We don't call our dicks wieners.
What do we call
First
it?
of all. Second of all, I think that we should drink, like hydrogen peroxide. That would definitely clean some shit out. You might be dead, but at least you're clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what would be funny though is if he got caught because he bought the wrong color prosthetic.
We're having a sale.
Yeah. He's like, hey man, this one's like 50% off, man.
I met Mike Tyson once. He sponsored a show that I was on, and the guy, like, when you shake his hand, your dick goes inside you. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, he has muscle on the palm of his hand. Like his hand swallows your hand. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. He's the most intimidating guy you'll ever meet.
I know exactly what you mean. There's been a few athletes that I've met, like professional athletes, and there's been a couple, I can't even remember off the top of my head. There's been a couple though where they shake your hand and it's almost very soft and limp, and you're like kind of surprised, like, whoa, this is like a big dude, and they're gentle. But one of my favorite times is I met Stone Cold Steve Austin at a golf tournament, and he was walking by, and I said, this lady happened to have a camera, and it was like perfect timing. So I said, I go, Steve, can I get a picture with you? And he's like, yeah, man, come here. And he goes like this to put his arm over my neck, and he just pulls me in. I swear my head ripped off. Like it was the weirdest. Like he was being so gentle. He just went like this and was like, come here, man. And dude, my head was like, and yeah. So I know what you mean. That's
strong, man. Yeah.
It's crazy, some of these dudes.
Getting back to the wrong color prosthetic, I think he may have gotten it from the guy that fixed up the art in Italy. I got a deal, man. I got a deal for you.
He's like, hey, I like this. I like you. I'm going to give you a penis. Better than before, eh?
Good job.
That was good, Ace.
I'm going to repaint the Mona Lisa for you. Huh? Yeah. So these are trying times. So yeah, you gotta get your cuts wherever you can. So all right, does anybody else have any more comments on Mike's wiener here?
I didn't catch that in the story. How did he get caught? Like, why is he admitting it?
He didn't get caught. He got caught by admitting it. He just said that that's what he used to do. And it was on
his podcast. He was talking about it on his podcast and they were laughing about it.
Yeah, because he was talking about, I think the subject was if he had ever done steroids and stuff like that. And he said no, but then he brought up the whole like, I smoke a lot of weed and blah, blah, blah. So
the harder shit.
Huh?
He brought up the harder shit that he'd been doing.
Right. But then it was just, but at the same time, it was just like, Mike Tyson was, but he's always been kind of, I think, a pothead or something. So it wasn't a big surprise that he had was worried about taking.
Yeah, he was doing cocaine. He's doing cocaine, LSD, weed.
Yeah. But it's weird though. Isn't it weird though how back then your whole career could be over for even just one joint, and then like now everybody's like, hey, we've legalized everything. Go ahead, knock yourself out. So now you're gonna start seeing championship boxing with people that are just spun out of their mind, just like, whoa, what's that, man? I'm fighting a dragon right now. So yeah. By the way, I do want to give a shout out to two of our big fans who watch every single episode and never miss. One of them actually binge watched us, so I want to say hello to Chandra and Sherry. Thank you guys very much for watching and supporting. Very, very much. This was a very artistic yet slutty episode. I like to Mel. Dude, Mel, you need to do that more often. You need to fact check our stories for us. I think that works.
Yeah. I'm gonna thesaurus wiener. That's for sure.
Well, what can we go with? Prick is too obvious.
Tree trunk.
What'd you say? Trunk.
Tree trunk.
Tree trunk.
Wood. Light pole.
Chewed up gum.
Log.
This is bragging at how big it is. You don't hear us bragging about how big our vaginas are.
You don't want to have a big
oven mitts. You know, like, trampolines. You know, I need
Pit of despair. What is it? Oh, what's
tube sock?
What's tube sock? Stretched out tube sock.
I just say wiener because it's ladylike.
Now I say wiener too. Mal got really offended by wiener. I don't know. Like
wiener is not manly enough for us.
Yeah,
it hurts our ego. You got to use like package or equipment or something more. It's got to be more manly. Wiener is for like a little kid. Yeah.
But I always say
my
wiener,
shit is good.
I always say wiener because it sounds funny. Like I think it sounds funny to say wiener.
It is.
Like,
it's a funny word. Yeah.
Like for example, like why is it okay to call the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile the Wienermobile? But if I do it, all of a sudden I'm a pervert if I call my car the Wienermobile. You know what I mean?
Because you're a guy.
But if I'm Oscar, then all of a sudden I can call anything wiener. Can you imagine that their household have wiener everything? Oh, that TV's it's our 55-inch wiener screen. Just nothing. Okay, all right.
I'm just
If your
thinking
last name Wiener, then it would be all right, I guess. You know? That's the Wienermobile. You know.
Yeah. So we'll try to think of a manly yet funny name for the penis for the next episode. For now, you guys would usually say schlong, tree trunk. I don't know. Those kind of work.
The one that I've always thought was like the most vulgar. I don't know why, but it's like schlep. I've never I don't know why schlep just sounds. It sounds pretty. I don't know what the deal is with schlep, but they use schlep all the time too.
For carrying something around. For like
yeah, when you schlep something, yeah, she's right. It's carrying something around. Yeah.
That's
right. I thought it was a big schlep.
No, schlong.
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 I don't know.
I like equipment.
All right, thesaurusized wiener.
That's your homework assignment for next week. Yeah. I like it. Melissa's trampoline was pretty fun.
That's what offended him. That's the thing in the show that made him
your
upset.
Sarlacc pit.
How about Frank? Frank.
Frank the Bean. Yeah.
You know what? Ask the listeners, the viewers.
Uh-oh.
The viewers.
Ask them. What should we call it? I don't want to say cock. Like it's I'm somebody's mother. Like it just I don't want to be.
You can call it a brat. Like a bratwurst. That's funny.
It does. Yeah, it's funny. Melissa's in a delicate situation though, where you consider she does have children, so she can't make it sound worse than it is. Like you're just like, hey, put your cock away. It's like to a 7-year-old.
I didn't call it his doodle, like
doodle.
Exactly. Well, that's a little like a kid name, a doodle.
Yeah, I was gonna say some kids have little
junk.
My little ding ding or something. They'll say something cutesy like that, and like or as I like to call it, an outie. So yeah, when I was nothing. All right. Yeah, there we go. So okay, well. I want to thank everybody for watching today. I also want to thank my guests, Sherwin, Mel, Sam, and Melissa. My name's Ace Guillen. This has been Cover Stories.